going on, Saints fans? Welcome into another live edition of Saints Now by Chat Sports, as always. I'm your host, Trizzy Trace Girouard, and we are live once again on Thursday. We were live Monday. We were live Sunday. We're live today, and we'll be live again this upcoming Sunday for game day. And we're going to be getting you ready for this matchup, Saints versus Patriots. It's going to be a great game. New Orleans has an opportunity to get back-to-back wins, almost a double-digit wins. They're going to get back-to-back wins this week, and we're going to tell you how the New Orleans Saints can do that, go through some injury news and everything in between. We are now in the middle of our audience build-up portion of the show, so make sure you get in the comment section and type those Who Dats if you want a shout-out here on the channel. I see, who do we got in the chat right now? I see you here. What's going on, bro? You here says, oh, so you can see, like, how both of these look. Hold on. So, YouTube Studio, fun fact, has a whole new, like, look on our side of things. And so there's, like, a vertical version, and then there's a horizontal version. I'm just not totally. I have both. But there's, like, I'm so confused here. Anyway, you here. Appreciate you for your $5 super chat. Guess what? You here. You actually just earned yourself a couple raffle tickets. We're giving away. Should I tell them? Do you guys want to know what the giveaway item is for Sunday, or do we want to keep it a secret on Thursdays? Because we've been keeping it a secret most Thursdays. But we could also tell if you wanted to know. So
what if we have like a certain threshold today where we'd be like, you know what, if we get to this number in likes, subs, super chats, or whatever, I'll tell you what the item is.
Okay.
I'll let you decide on the
I can get jiggy with that.
Whatever it is.
Let's see if we can get to $50. If we can get to $50 total dollars, I'll tell you what we're getting you or what we're raffling away. That's the deal. $50 total dollars. So 10 people enter the raffle, and you could potentially be getting some new stuff. You hear 13 and 4 loading. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for your donations. Appreciate you for rocking and rolling with us and for hanging out while we're live on the channel. I can't see I hate this. I can't see how many people are watching. I can't see how many likes we got. It's horrible. If I click this reset button, is it going to screw me? Happy early birthday, Chase. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Yeah, I don't know how to see likes. I don't know how to see anything. This is horrible. Oh, okay, so stream settings will tell you how many concurrent viewers. Okay. That's awful. I hate this so much. If I press reset, what happens? I don't want to press it and it screwed this stuff up. Up here at the top of my dashboard here, but I don't want to reset it and screw it. We'll figure something out.
If you know anybody at YouTube Studio, please let them know
that the
update
stinks.
Sucks.
That this update stinks. Okay, so no love, Matt. Appreciate you for your $5 super chat. Oh, that was from last week. I don't know why you here. Our software. So not only is the software here giving us some trouble, but the software on the screen is giving us some trouble. Technology is not technologying today. We're just going to keep the things rolling. You hear? Did we pop it up? I don't even know because there's so much. Okay, there's so much happening here. I don't even know what. This is awful. They picked the worst times to do this kind of shit, man. Like I can't even read it. I don't even know how many people are in the chat. This is ridiculous. All right, you here? Thank you for your super chat. Let's keep this thing rolling. Who you got in this matchup? Type S, type P, Saints or Patriots. I want to hear from you. We're not going to spend too much more time in our audience build-up portion because we're ready to just kind of get into the content. So hashtag Saints, send in a super chat if you want to be featured on the show. We're going to be doing a mailbag later on. But who you got, Saints or Patriots? Let me know in the comments. Type S for Saints, type P for Patriots. Who do you think will win Week 6's matchup? I want to hear from you. Dude, it's terrible. So you can't. Here, I'll make this full screen. So you can't. Let's say I want to go see the super chats or whatever. Okay, cool. Well, first of all, why is there two of these? This one's not even framed properly. It's not pulling the super chats anymore. You used to be able to see all of this in one spot, but now it's all spread out. It's horrible. Yes, it's horrible. And, like, I'm afraid to press this reset button because I don't want to reset the stream or reset the stream key or anything. Like I legitimately have spent more time trying to figure out how many likes we have on this than I have talking about anything with this team. It's horrible. It's terrible is how it looks. Terrible is how it looks. It's confusing. It's up. Everyone type F Alper in the chat because this jackass wants to trade a 4th-round pick for Chris Olave. And that is a terrible idea. Type him. Jay Rich, Who Dat, and Gig'em. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for your donation. All right, so fun fact, we are giving away a pretty cool raffle item this week in the watch party. I'm going to be adding raffle list names throughout the day. So fun fact, $5 today is going to be 2 tickets. Normally it's just 1. Today it's 2. Jay Rich, $10. Normally it's 3. Today it's 6. So Jay Rich, we're going to add you to the raffle. Actually, after we add after we add you here, because he was first, so we got to do you here first. Yeah, everyone's hanging out in the stew. It's the best stew at the whole company. I'm sure everyone's hanging out in here. Jay Rich. Huh? Oh, because he said gig him. Gig him, gag him, fuck him. Who cares?
We got to come up with a bet for Sunday. For Sunday's game.
You can come up with one. I'm not coming up with one. I don't really. I'm not one to make bets and do push-ups for my team losing. I'm not one to be doing all of those. Jerry G, who mentioned a trade in the chat. This jackass right here did. He wants to trade Chris Olave for a 4th. Imagine a 4th-round pick for Chris Olave. Could you? The level of disrespect is just absolutely disgusting.
Hey, if he gets another concussion, he's done. That's the risk you're taking.
So not only is it a bad trade offer, you'd be willing to give away a 4th-round pick for somebody whose brain is mashed potatoes. GM of the year. You might be Mickey Loomis. You might be Mickey Loomis.
Wolf, baby.
You might be Mickey
Albert,
Loomis.
Did you see the comments on his tweet yesterday?
Oh, of course, I get added every single day.
I love the one.
I just had to.
It got sent to my own group chat.
I love the one about you being breastfed to your teens. That one had me crying this morning.
Just messing with you, Alper. Just having fun. Alper is a Patriots fan. Yes, our company has fans of all different teams. Shocking, I know. We have a company that covers the Saints, and we're not all Saints fans. Ah! Isn't it crazy? I know. We actually cover all sports here, cover almost all 32 teams. We have fans for pretty much all 32 teams. We have some Cowboys fans, got some Eagles fans, some Niners fans. We got some Browns fans, some Seahawks fans, some Patriots fans. We got
WNBA fans.
Huh?
WNBA fans.
Yeah, we had Lopez is a huge WNBA fan. He is the number one women's supporter at the office. Self-proclaimed number one women's sports supporter. So that's pretty cool. Rooster, good to see you, brother. Shout out to you, my friend. Rooster, you can type in the chat as much as you want, bro. Type as much as you want. You can type trade whoever. I don't really care. Type it in there. Can I send a screenshot? Sure.
Damn, everybody's getting crazy now over the new YouTube
it's
layout
horrible.
thing. Phoenix Suns fan here. I didn't know they made one of those. That's crazy, Aaron. I'm a Lakers fan myself. That's insane. Got Keith Goodman saying Caitlin Clark is a boss. Jerry G saying, have you really lost your mind? Yeah. It's been a long week. I think we've all lost our mind at some point. Sherrod saying he's seen a Bills channel.
Yeah.
Say we should trade Shaheed to them for
We
a
do
second.
have a Bills channel.
Well, some Bills channel out there is saying we should trade Shaheed to them for a second.
If a team, I'm gonna be honest, if a team wants to offer a 2nd-round pick for Rasheed,
We
Shaheed,
have conversations.
there's a conversation. You will not hear me say this often. If somebody offers you a 2nd-round pick for Rasheed Shaheed, this is coming from the number one Rasheed Shaheed supporter, the very first person who was ever on the Rasheed Shaheed train. You can go back and look at the numbers. You can go back and look at the history. I was the first one who was on the Rasheed Shaheed hype train. If you're getting offered a 2nd for a UDFA, it's hard to say no. I'm going to be honest.
Oh yeah.
You're
You got
turning
more than your
you're
value
turning a non-investment into prime draft capital. I mean, that's
I don't
pretty.
know if Mickey Loomis takes that.
I'm not saying I would do it. I'm saying there's a conversation to be had.
I don't know if Mickey Loomis takes that.
I think there's a conversation to be had. At least have the discussion. I'm not saying I would do it. Just, there you go. Raffle tickets are 2 times today. So what we're doing, normally on game days, raffle tickets for our item that we're giving away on Sunday. $5 is 1 ticket, $10 is 3. On Thursdays, there's always some sort of sale. There's always some sort of incentive to hang out with us. And there always is a big, benefit to supporting the show before game day, not just on game day. So if you would like an opportunity to get some extra raffle tickets, I may tell you what it is if we get to $50 total dollars. And by I will tell you what it is. If we get to $50 total dollars, we're at 15 right now. $5, 2 tickets. $10 is 6 tickets. If you would like to get discounted tickets, you get 2 tickets for the price of 1 today. That is awesome deal. 2 tickets for the price of 1 ticket, or you can get 6 for the price of 3. Double the value of the raffle tickets on Thursdays. That's the deal of the day. So if you would like to take advantage, go ahead and load up your tickets today. And what I don't want to hear y'all do is complain and say, oh, I didn't get a chance to get them. I don't have any. I wish I had some.
Here's
Discounted
your chance.
tickets on Thursdays,
Here's
man.
your chance.
Huh?
Today is your chance.
Yeah, today's your chance. Today's an easy chance. Because we give away some free ones here and there. It doesn't happen all the time, but there you go. That is the deal of the day in terms of our raffle tickets. It's going to be a really, really fun matchup for Saints versus Patriots. I cannot wait to get this thing going. And if you guys are ready to talk some football, drop a like on this video. We're about to break it on down here. Girouard, I got you, brother. I got you, brother. I got you, bro. Since it's a $10 Cash App, by the way.
Oh. We'll take it. It counts.
That's 2x. So you already get 2x today. So that's 6. But because it was a Cash App, now you get 12. So Girouard, you just loaded yourself up. Look at there. You just got more raffle tickets than the number you paid. So shout out to Girouard, a $10 Cash App. Let's go, Girouard. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. We are now at $25. $25 in super chats on the day.
You could say we're halfway there.
We are halfway there. That is definitely fair to say. Did you see streaming and horizontal layout? Is that something that
I've messed around with both layouts, and they both kind of suck dick.
is okay? Is there something that says just saw the horizontal and vertical layout? Should we be streaming in both? Are we streaming in both? Is that why we have that?
What does that mean?
I don't understand this. Okay, so when I pull it up on my phone, it's still
Do
horizontal.
we look normal?
I saw on my phone it looks normal.
Okay. Do we look normal to y'all? Is this normal? Does the stream look normal on y'all's end? Please let us know. So I can go back to horizontal.
I think we're good. I think
Okay.
we're good. Alrighty. We have not gotten into the injury news. We're going to get into that here momentarily. Make sure you like today's stream. We're about to dive on in. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and thank you for supporting the show. Appreciate the donations we've gotten so far. Lopez, let's just go ahead and get on into it. I don't know how much more time we need to spend waiting for people to pile in. We've been live for a few minutes now, and I'm ready to get talking some football. This sucks, man. You can't even see can't see anything.
Can't see much.
All right, let's just get into it. I'm tired of figuring it out. Let's just talk. All righty. Preview coming at you live on Saints Now by Chat Sports. We're going to get ready for Week 6. Hope you guys are ready. Let's break it on down here in just one moment. All righty. Literally nothing. Nothing I own is working right now. I don't own a singular piece of anything that works properly right now. That's just lovely. All right, let's get into it. maybe we can just talk about sports and it'll make our lives better. Saints preview, week 6 predictions. We're going to get into it right here, right now. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports, and we are getting into our Week 6 previews and predictions. Let's discuss how the New Orleans Saints can get another win over the New England Patriots. Maybe take that win streak from 1 to 2 games in a row. We also got some very, very impactful injury news around a key defensive player on the Patriots defense, so we're going to get to that momentarily. But let's give you the preview of this matchup, the Patriots of New England. They are 3.5-point favorites in this game. 46.5 is the total over-under. That's what the numbers are set. New Orleans is going to be bringing in the Patriots, Drake Maye, who just took down the Bills in Buffalo on Monday Night Football. It was Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. I'm just all over the place. But they took him down in prime time in Buffalo. Huge win for New England, and now they have to head on down to the Superdome. And y'all remember what happened last time the Saints and the Patriots played, 2023? Tyrann Mathieu pick 6. Kendre Miller had a touchdown. Foster Moreau had a touchdown. It was so much fun. And if you want to repeat this 34-0 absolute butt kicking, smash the thumbs up icon and drop a like on this video. Now here's the injury report for both of these two teams as of right now. We're filming this Thursday live on Saints Now by Chat Sports. The Thursday injury report has not dropped, but we do have some very key information around some of these teams. Isaac Yiadom did not participate on Thursday. Chase Young, he participated today as well. And in terms of the New Orleans Saints, Alvin Kamara practiced today. He popped up on the injury report on Wednesday, but he looked like he was practicing as normal. Devon Godshaw had his usual Thursday down day, and Chase Young, like I said, was participating. But there is a new name in New England that has popped up on the injury report, and I think that the Saints may have just caught a break because Christian Gonzalez, the cornerback, who's very, very talented, he just popped up on the injury report on Thursday, and I don't think that this is great news for the New England Patriots considering how good of a player Christian Gonzalez is. He's been dealing with a hamstring injury throughout this season, and he's only been active in 2 games so far, but he is a player that is a massive difference maker, and he's somebody that I'm really, really high on. I think that he's a guy who could cause a lot of problems for the Saints offense if he's available. Don't know whether or not he will play, but the reports coming out of Patriots practice, you see it right here. Participated in the initial stretching and the start of the individual drills. Then he left the main practice field during the media access portion of the practice. The media's not able to watch all the practices. They're usually able to see like 20 to 30 minutes of it. Christian Gonzalez left the main practice field during that time. Did not return to practice, and he was not on the injury report Wednesday. He pops up on Thursday. So that is some interesting information. That is definitely worth monitoring, and we will be keeping you guys informed on what's going on here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications because when the injury report is finalized on Friday, we'll have more information. And if there's anything notable to share, this is the place to be. So let's get into the preview. How can the Saints get a win? I think that part of the fun of doing a preview is getting to know your foe. So before we get into my keys to victory and the score predictions, let's just see how these two squads match up. Now, offensively, the New Orleans Saints are starting to find their identity, and they're starting to see some success. And, of course, there is a lot that's been left desired in this Saints offense, but I think that they're starting to find their groove, if you will. And the Patriots defense, it's a pretty solid squad. They do struggle in the red zone, so if you're able to get inside the 20, you have a pretty good shot of converting there, but you can see the New Orleans Saints has struggled to score touchdowns and, quite frankly, points in the red zone. Blake Grupe just keeps missing field goals. Gotta quit doing that, man. That's just ridiculous. But the Patriots defense, not that great on third down. They're towards the bottom of the league in yards per play. They do not allow a lot of points. So in my eyes, how I interpret this is the Patriots defense, a lot like the Saints, they bend, but they do not break. Now let's flip the script and look at the Saints defense versus Drake Maye and the Patriots offense. Now the Saints defense does give up 27 points per game, and the Patriots offense scores 25 points per game. So somewhere, some way, one of these two teams is going to have to give, and I think that the New Orleans Saints are a team that could give them some issues defensively. They're coming off of a very, very hot performance against the Giants where they forced 5 consecutive turnovers. And if the Saints can find some similar success and they can create explosive plays on both sides of the field, I think that this is a really, really interesting matchup for New Orleans. And I'm not going to sit here and say that this is a definite shoe-in win for the Patriots. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is a team that in week 1 lost to the Raiders. And the Raiders are dog shit. And I get that it was week 1, but good gracious. Like, you beat the Dolphins barely. You lost to the Steelers. They're not that great. I mean, congrats, I guess, on beating the Panthers. The Falcons seem to be the only team who can't do that. In week 5 against the Bills, I'll say it's a good win. But it's not like they've had an absolute gauntlet to start the season. They've had a pretty easy start. And 3-2 is a nice record, but you're telling me I'm shocked that the losses are to the Raiders and to the Steelers. Like, that's just crazy to me. So I do think this is a good test for New Orleans. They're getting healthy at the right time. They're starting to find their groove offensively. They're starting to build a lot of confidence defensively. You're seeing the emergence of some young players and some young stars, and I really do believe that this is a matchup that's really not that easy to predict. I think if the Saints play a good game, this really could be a tough battle between these two squads. Now, I want to get into my keys to victory because the first things first, we talked about how the Saints just came off of a performance. 5 straight drives with turnovers. Do that again. I don't care how you do it, but do it again. That would be awesome. It would be so sick. And, you know, the New Orleans Saints are a team who does a good job protecting the football for the most part. Shockingly enough, they only have 5 total turnovers this season, 3 on the ground, 2 interceptions. They've only lost 1 fumble, and one of those interceptions was Chris Olave throwing the ball on a trick play. Their turnover ratio right now is +5, whereas the Patriots' turnover ratio right now is -1. The Patriots have lost 5 fumbles. They've dropped the ball 8 total times. They've thrown 2 interceptions on this season. So the New Orleans Saints have the ability to potentially force a lot of problems and a lot of turnovers against the Patriots, who have a huge fumbling problem. Ramondre Stevenson cannot keep his hands on the football. He's like Eddie or whatever. I can't remember his name from Longest Yard. Oh, I got butter on my fingers. I just ate popcorn. You know, he's like that guy. It's not Cheeseburger Eddie. That's Terry Crews' character. Whatever. Y'all know who I'm talking about. My point being, the Patriots are a team that lacks ball security, and the New Orleans Saints just recently proved that they are a team who can pounce on explosive opportunities to force turnovers. And I think that right now, the New Orleans Saints need to find a way to turn the ball over and to create points in New Orleans. And this is breaking news coming in from Adam Schefter. Shout out to Loco Lopez. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Literally happening as we filmed. Remember, we just said that Christian Gonzalez popped up on the injury report on Thursday. It has now been confirmed he was limited with a hamstring injury. He was full yesterday. He was limited today on Thursday. That is the breaking news around Christian Gonzalez. Wanted to make sure you guys were squared away and understood the information there. Now, getting back to the turnovers, Christian Gonzalez is unavailable. The Patriots might have a hard time forcing some of those turnovers. But the Saints defense, they created a ton of momentum last week. Again, you had 5 straight drives where you forced a turnover. Fumbles, interceptions, failed 4th down conversions. If you want to add that last one into the mix, 6 straight drives where the team turned the ball over due to either a mistake or to failed conversions on 4th downs. So in my personal opinion, the Saints have an opportunity to do something crazy here. I would love to see them walk out with the win. And I don't want you to sit here and think that the Patriots are definitely going to run all over us, because I don't know if they will. I'm pretty convinced that the Saints actually might be able to put up a good fight. Got to tell you guys a little bit more about this game, some keys to victory, and even more. But really first want to take a moment to thank today's presenting sponsor, Chubby's Shorts. And fellas, if you're trying to give your girl a little chubby, you should pick up the new Everywhere joggers. I absolutely love the Comfort collection from Chubbies. It's the perfect pant for impromptu naps, weekend errands, and everything in between. And y'all know Maddie and I are going to be going on all sorts of fun dates this fall. We're going to pumpkin patches, going to haunted houses, fall photo shoots, yada, yada, yada. Just trying to make her happy, be a good boyfriend. But look, here's the thing. I'm not trying to sacrifice my comfort. I want to look good and feel good. So you want to know where I'm rocking my Everywhere joggers? You guessed it, everywhere. So I know your fall wardrobe needs an update. Trizzy always has the hookup. Head over to chubbyshorts.com/chatsports to now get 20% off your order for a limited time. The leaves are turning, the temps are dropping, and the weekend air is getting that nice autumn crisp. And I know that you guys are also going to be getting dragged to all those dates, the photo shoots, the pumpkin patches, farmers markets, and all that kind of stuff. But again, that doesn't mean you have to pack away the fun. That doesn't mean you have to sacrifice comfort. Chubbies is here to make sure that you look good and feel great with their soft, stretchy, fall-ready staples built for maximum comfort and minimal effort. Y'all have complimented me a ton on the Chubbies gear that I rock here on Saints Now by Chat Sports, and you too can get some new Chubbies gear. If you click the link in the comments or description of this video, go to chubbyshorts.com/chat sports and you'll get 20% off your order. That's code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com/chat sports. Support the show and show your thighs some respect with Chubbies and let them know that we sent you. Let's get into my second key to victory. You have to stop Drake Maye running. Look, death taxes Saints struggling against somewhat mobile quarterbacks. It doesn't matter if you are Lamar Jackson. It doesn't matter if you're Mac Jones. It doesn't matter if you're Daniel Jones. I don't really care. For some reason, the New Orleans Saints are allergic to tackling even slightly mobile quarterbacks. You can't let Drake Maye run. Just going to go ahead and say that right now. One time, can't let it happen. You got to get after him. You got to bring him down. You got to get that sack production. And if Chase Young is available and he's able to play, that is only going to help. You need Chase Young to bring Drake Maye down. You need Carl Granderson to bring Drake Maye down. You need Cam Jordan to bring Drake Maye down. You need Brian Brzee, Nathan Shepard. You need all of these guys to actually get after the quarterback. Because if you let Drake Maye run the ball and you let him break away, he will make you pay for it. 110 yards on the ground, 27 carries, 2 touchdowns this season so far, just with his legs. Almost, or a little over 4 yards per carry, over 20 yards per game. You just got to limit it. The Saints have given up 146 rushing yards to quarterbacks. I can't believe that's even a real number. Like, the fact that that is a real number is unbelievable. And if you don't believe me, I went and added up the rushing yards from all of the quarterbacks that have had any rushing yards against the Saints thus far. 146. Let's stop that. Just a crazy idea. Maybe we should stop giving up rushing yards to quarterbacks. And also maybe we should bring them down on third down. That would be really cool. Just a hot take. Want to consider it. The next big thing is creating explosive plays. This is a big one. Creating explosive plays is not limited to just the offense. Creating explosive plays also is a part of the side of the defensive side of the football. Winning the turnover battle, you can easily do that by creating explosive plays. The offense, I want to start there. The playbook you're now starting to see, it's opening up. You're starting to see more and more creativity. You're starting to see more motion. You're starting to see more usage. You're starting to see the stars and the talent on the roster have plays schemed up for them. You're really starting to see the emergence of Kendre Miller. Chris Olave has been getting a ton of targets. Juwan Johnson, although he hasn't really been hot in the past few weeks, he was a very active part in the receiving game for the New Orleans Saints. The playbook and Kellen Moore, they are starting to open up a lot more. And as the season continues to progress, you will see that happen even more. The team needs to find their identity, and they are creating that. They're running the football a lot. They're starting to get more efficient with the passing game. They just have to find ways to complete and finish drives, because I think that there's a problem where they stall out too often and don't finish the drive with 6 points or with touchdowns, rather with a field goal attempt that half the time doesn't even go through. Now let's go to the defense here. I like that the defense has adopted this mentality of bend, don't break. I'm okay with giving up a bunch of yards if you don't give up points. I'm okay with giving up a bunch of yards if you punch out the football on the 3-yard line or the 15-yard line and run it back 80-plus yards. That's pretty cool. That being said, it would be nice and a lot less stressful to not give up all those yards every single game. That being said, bend but don't break. You can give up yards. You can give up plays. You can give up chunks here and there. But attack the football. Be aggressive in forcing turnovers. Fly towards the ball carrier. Make them pay for earning 1 yard. Go and be aggressive, because I think that is a way that the New Orleans Saints can really strike a strong identity on the defensive side of the football by being a team that forces a ton of turnovers, that hits you hard. It's flying all over the field. I would love to see the Saints defense continue to stay hot, because I think that they've done a good job of getting hot. Now back to the offensive side of the football. Offense, create explosive plays. Hear me out. Defense, go create explosive plays. Get those turnovers. Now go back to the offense here. Whenever the defense does have good play here and they do force turnovers, or they do create stops, or they do only give up 3 points, the offense now needs to turn around and go respond and play complementary football. Go capitalize on the gifts that your defense gives you. 3 points is a gift in the National Football League. Good field position is a gift in the National Football League. A 3-and-out is a gift in the National Football League. Go capitalize on those. Stop wasting opportunities. So be explosive on offense, be explosive on defense, and for the love of God, when you are explosive, stop wasting your opportunities. How many times have we seen a nice chunk of yardage be gained, and then we don't even get a field goal out of it? I can already name 3 or 4 times just that come to the top of my head. Defensively, how many times have we given up huge amounts of yards, and then, you're actually playing something good, and then the defense just can't go and put up points? Happens too often. So for me, I want to see this team be more explosive all over the board. And I also want you to let me know, who do you want to see score a touchdown this week? I'm going to give you my answer. You can see it on your screen, but I want you to shout out and tell me one player that you would like to see find the end zone against the New England Patriots. I would like to see Rasheed Shaheed get another deep shot. I just would. I think it would be so much fun to see another 80-yard touchdown to Rasheed Shaheed. Hell, 40-plus yards. Probably going to start losing my mind. I just need another one, but let me know what you would like to see. Taysom Hill touchdown, that would really add some juice to this game. I'm telling you right now, that would be a fun one to see. Drake Maye, Foster Moreau, maybe? Who knows? We'll have to see. Taysom Hill, that would be sick. All righty, let's get to the next one. Drake Maye, I think you need to feed this player. I'm going to be honest. I've been really, really impressed. I can't speak today, Lopez. I've been really impressed with number 5. Drake Maye, you've been able to see him emerge each and every week, and he's been more and more leaned on as the season progresses, and you can tell that the Saints are having more trust in him as the season continues to go on as well. In week 1, 14.7% of offensive snaps were played. Week 2, 15.5. Week 3, that number goes up to 27.4. Then that number goes up to 31. Then that number goes up to almost 40%. So to me, that says Drake Maye is earning the trust of the Saints offense. They're starting to shift their gears to feed this player more regularly and use Alvin Kamara as the lead back and as somebody who can be an excellent game-changing weapon at any moment in time. And you can see the usage has increased in each week. The statistics, although you may sit here and say, don't look great, I will tell you are much, much better than what the numbers show. The eye test is what you need to use with Drake Maye. How many times have we seen him get hit in the backfield and fight for extra yards? How many times have we seen him get those extra few yards and break a tackle because he just has that much effort? You're going to see Drake Maye emerge. You're going to see that continue to happen. And I think that he is a player who deserves more opportunities. And quite frankly, he should be getting these reps because he has so much tread on the tires, and he can be somebody who takes a lot of hits. And so with Alvin Kamara, by no means am I saying take reps away from him, but what I am saying is limit the unnecessary and extra hits that AK has to take so you can maximize them throughout the season. It's no mystery. There's been some drop issues with Alvin Kamara, and I don't think that that's anything other than just he's not keeping his eye on the football. He's trying to turn up field and make a play too much. But I will say, with Drake Maye, he's playing such good football, I don't think you need to lean on Alvin Kamara every single time you need a few yards. let him just be the guy who breaks the game open and is explosive when you need him to be, and let Kendre Miller take a lot of those hits. I think that just makes more sense, at least in my personal opinion, especially because Kendre Miller is younger and just has the ability to take that kind of wear and tear, if you will. Now, I think the last thing for me is just playing cleaner football. This was a key to victory against the Giants. It worked last time. Do it again this time. Fun fact, the New England Patriots are second to last in total penalties. The New Orleans Saints, not too much better than that. But we're going to talk penalties in a second. Special teams. Special teams. Phil Galliano, figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. Figure it out. Blake Griffey needs to stop missing field goals. Kai Kroger hasn't punted a ton. Get the ball away. Have better protection. When you do kick the ball and when you do punt the ball, tackle the ball carrier. Tackle the returner. What are we doing here? Special teams is just about one of the most not easy, but it's one of the easiest places to just win or lose games because it's like I heard somebody in the office today say that it's like free throws. Having bad special teams is like missing free throws in the NBA. It's just unacceptable. Like, these guys are professionals. Kick the ball through the upright or don't have a job. Tackle the return man or don't have a job. Punt the ball away. Block better. Stop getting penalties on special teams. Phil Galliano, figure it out. For what it's worth, Galliano today, he said that the hold on the first Blake Griffey miss had a little bit of lean to it, but said that the issue is mostly Groupie struggling. Phil Galliano also said that they'll support Groupie and try to help him get out for now, but said, quote, like any player, Groupie has to find his way out of it at some point. So, I do think that there is some frustration boiling in New Orleans, and I do think that there are some opinions starting to be formed, and there's some thoughts out there of, you know what, we got to get better, we got to get more consistent, because at the end of the day, missing a bunch of field goals just isn't going to do it. We talked about penalties. The New Orleans Saints have a lot of penalties, but the New England Patriots somehow have more. 346 yards to 295 is also a huge, huge difference. So when the New Orleans Saints are playing against the Patriots, do what you did against the Giants. Let them commit all the penalties. Let them give up the big chunk plays. Let them make the mistakes. Let them play the sloppy football. Just get out of their way. Let them do it. You don't have to be the ones who's problematic, because the New Orleans Saints are coming off of a fun win. They're coming off of a game where they got to see their confidence soar. You got to see the vibes skyrocket in the locker room. Ride that momentum. Keep it going. Keep on improving. Each week this team has gone out there outside of the Seattle Seahawks game. They have gotten better. And even after the travesty that was the Seattle Seahawks game, you saw them improve in the following weeks. I want to see them continue to keep improving. I want to see them, now that they are a little hot, continue to get hotter and stay hot. And that right there is how I think the New Orleans Saints can get the win today. Or, again, not today, but against the Patriots. Let's just get this one done. I am not able to speak today. I'm so sorry, y'all. Predict the score for me before we hop on out of here. Saints versus Patriots. We're going to give you guys our score predictions here in just one moment. I'll give you a second. 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember, Patriots 3.5-point favorites. Also, the line was set at 46.5. So let me know what you guys think. Alrighty, our predictions here on the show. I have the New Orleans Saints winning 24-20. I don't think this is going to be a super duper high scoring game. 24-20 is what I got the New Orleans Saints going with. I think that there will be some points, but I do think that it might be a little bit of a struggle. And I just don't see Blake Griffey making every single one of those field goals. There would be more points, but.
Well, that's what I accounted for in my prediction. I got 34 for the Saints. Blake Griffey's missing an extra point somewhere. But I'm waiting for that offensive explosion. We're getting there. It seems like we got close there last week. We definitely had opportunities where we left a bunch of points on the board. Mm-hmm. So I don't think 34 is crazy.
No. And I think that if you were to have more of those explosive plays and you limit those mistakes and you finish those drives, make some of those field goals, you do have the ability to put up a ton of points. You've seen the Saints move the ball well, They just can't finish drives. So if they can finally do that and Kellen Moore can take a little more of a step than he already has and the offense can continue to identify their strengths and appeal to those, I think that this could be a really good matchup for the Saints and for the Patriots. Appreciate you guys for rocking and rolling with us here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. As always, this has been... as always, I'm your host, Trizzy Trace Girouard. Sorry, the injury report just came in. I wanted to make sure you guys understand this really quickly. Full participant, Trevor Penning, he was a limited participant on Wednesday. He is upgraded to full participant on Thursday. Justin Reed was upgraded from limited to full participant on Thursday. Cesar Ruiz upgraded from limited to a full participant on Thursday as well. Everything else in there is the exact same, and that is why you subscribe to Saints Now. Appreciate you for rocking and rolling with us, and we will see you next time. Jesus fucking Christ. So much shit. Yeah, you said he was the tweet all along was that he was at least limited. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
You think we can't handle a nice
Brett
bombing?
Alper, Patriots fan, just said he's bombing the Superdome. Go blow up his Twitter mentions.
What was that, Brett? Hurricane Katrina wasn't a tragedy?
Yeah, Brett Alper just said Hurricane Katrina wasn't that bad. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Just kidding. He didn't say that.
This is fabrication.
He didn't say that. Alrighty, Kendall, good to see you, bro. Jason, good to see you. Jerry, good to see you.
No, Jason, we definitely know.
We definitely know we're still live.
We are fully aware.
We are 1,000. Jason, this dumbass doesn't know that we know that we're live. What an idiot.
We just reverse.
Okay,
psychology
so
the shit out of you,
let's
dude.
see the math. We're at $49.94.
For what?
Technically, we're at $50, but we're technically not at $50.
How?
So I'm gonna side on we're at $49.94, not $50. So we're gonna need one more dollar, unless we got a Cash App or something in between.
Oh, you did have the $10 from Girouard cash.
Oh yeah, we're there. We're there.
We were there.
We're there.
You're welcome.
We're there. Alrighty. Let me get you guys the raffle tickets, and I'll grab the photo here.
That was so much going on in that VOD.
There was so much happening. And then Alper standing here for like 5 minutes just to say, yeah, he was limited. I'm like, yeah, I can fucking see that. That's what the tweet said the entire time, dude. It always said he was limited. He was at least limited. That's always what the tweet fucking said. I'm like, dude, you're going to stand there and just say what we already know.
While we add in some raffle tickets for all these people that send in super chats, make sure to get your mailbag questions in using hashtag Saints or super chat.
All right, I'm going to put this in photos.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, who would like to see what we're getting for the raffle?
I
I'm
think we're
gonna
going to
put
have to
it
go through the super chats first.
I'm going to put it under the Shaheed Big Cam, just so you know.
Okay.
I put two of them in there. I don't know which one will work better, but yes.
I
we
see
have
it.
two. Okay. So 20 for Jay Rich. Hold on. I want to make sure I get Jay Rich his tickets here.
Yeah, we're going to do all the tickets before we show off
Okay.
the item.
So Jay Rich, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you get 20. So we'll give you 2x right there. Appreciate you, my friend. Queen Courtney, you're getting 2 as well.
You also got Jay Rich's $5 one.
Yes, I did get Jay Rich's 5.
Perfect.
Wait, I did no.
He sent in a 20 and a 5.
Okay. This is why I hate this new one, because it used to be all right there. We used to all know where it was. So Jay Rich, okay.
Yeah.
So add 2 more for Jay Rich. Got it.
Okay.
Got those in there.
Okay.
Queen Courtney,
Queen Courtney.
she's getting 2. Do we cut Groupie and sign Asante Samuel Jr. when healthy?
I'm all for we're cutting groupie. I don't know if
I'm down to
I don't
cut.
know how Asante Samuel Jr. is going to look in October.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know if the Saints are going to be in a position to sign him in October. That being said, I would be down for both of those. Queen Courtney, good luck. Have a great day, and I will see you Sunday. Thank you for hanging out with us. She says, "Gotta run, Trace. See you Sunday. Hope you have a great day." I think you could potentially move off of Blake Groupie. It would not happen yet. I think if you were to make a decision, it would be another week or two or closer to the bye. He also is a captain, so they're going to give him more grace than other players. Just full
If
transparency.
he keeps kicking like that, he can be capping crunch for all I
Yeah,
care.
he could
Get
be
his ass off
captain.
my team.
Exactly, dude. If you're like not kicking, if you're kicking off and it's not landing in the landing zone, what the fuck are we doing?
Like I feel like that's the easiest part
That's
of
the
kicking.
easiest part. You have
Like,
you have no defense against you. You have no pressure in your face. Just kick the fucking ball.
Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, kicking field goals is easy. Kicking it into the landing zone is easy.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here and saying that I could be a professional kicker, but good lord, he makes it look like it is.
I can kick it into a 50-yard wide field.
Oh my god, Dylan Radens just liked my tweet.
Hell yeah.
That's sick.
Also, shout out CTM for the $5 super chat saying, if Stutzman takes over for Werner, which player do you think will win Defensive Rookie of the Year? Stutzman, Sanker, or Riley? Sanker has to be the obvious
Stutzman
choice
takes
right
it from which player? Yeah, Sanker.
He has to be the guy.
Jonas
right now.
Sanker for sure. That's my guess.
What tweet did Dylan Radens like?
He liked my tweet of Chase Young to Drake Maye this week. Chase Young to Drake Maye. Are you ready?
Wait for it. Ooh.
That's so sick. Shout out to Dylan Radens.
Is Dylan Radens in the
I'm
chat?
really glad that in the Christian Gonzalez part of that video, he's going to be out. I'm very glad about how I went about the verbiage I used talking about him, because that could have been a total disaster.
It's a good thing we followed the tweet and said he was limited.
Huh?
It's a good thing we followed the tweet and said he was limited.
Yeah, I know. Just went with that. Okay, yeah, if Stutzman takes over for Werner, which player do you think will be Defensive Rookie of the Year? I think it would be Jonas, because he's played more football and he's just had a lot longer time.
He's also been making impact plays. It seems like every week so far.
Yes. Okay. Camaro Funko Pop. We're giving a Funko Pop to one lucky viewer. Right, Chia. Right, Chia. That's why we're doing a little bit cheaper of a raffle today for this week. Normally, we like to have a lot of fun with it, but Alvin Kamara Funko Pop. You can get one for $5 today. There you go. Isn't that fun? Isn't that a fun little giveaway item? I think it could be perfect for your desk. It could be perfect for a man cave. It could be perfect to just have, with your stuff. We're also, I don't know if it'll be here in time, but we will have a white Saints now helmet that we're going to be, or a white Saints helmet that we're going to be putting stickers of y'all's names on throughout the season. So I hope you guys want to get on that. But this is what we're giving away. $5 is not one, but 2 raffle tickets. Normally it's 1, but on Thursdays you get extra deals. $10 is not 3 tickets, it's 6. So make sure you get in your tickets today. Don't want to miss out on your prize if you would like to get a Alvin Kamara Funko Pop. An Alvin Kamara Funko Pop, I should say. Oh my God, I'm about to crash out, dude. I'm about to crash out over this live stream studio. Okay.
Does YouTube have a complaint box that we can send?
I don't know,
to?
but I'm about to take a dump in it and light it on fire. Does anyone have the phone number for YouTube so I can just call?
Does anyone
and
have
start
Mr.
complaining?
YouTube's contact information?
Yeah. Does anyone have Gerald F. YouTube's phone number? All right, let's get into the second segment. We're going to talk about Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau. They're ramping up, and they are going to have an increased role as the season progresses. I'm really excited to see them get active in New Orleans. God, I'm going to be honest. I'm fading, man. I'm fading big time. This has been a long week for Lopez and I.
Hey, it's Friday.
It is Friday. Lopez and I are having to dig deep for this one. We're tired, man. We've been busting our butts doing content and stuff.
I can feel that first crack of the beer when I get home.
Alrighty. Got it. Cool. Let's do it to it. Second segment coming at you. This is not hyperoxygenated, no. I know. That should be hyperoxygenated. Alrighty. Second segment coming at you. Let's get after it. Let's talk Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill. Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill are ramping up, and we are going to tell you how they are going to be utilized, how their roles are going to evolve, and what Kellen Moore is planning on doing with these players. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard, and before we get into this, I just want to take a quick second and just say, shout out Taysom Hill. Shout out Foster Moreau. Their recovery, absolutely impressive. Let's just kind of quickly go through the timeline here. December 1st versus the Rams. After having a generational performance against the Browns, Taysom Hill tears his ACL on December 1st, and then he recently turned 35. But in between that, he had surgery to repair his ACL, and I believe it was 4 torn ligaments. Foster Moreau was injured with less than 2 minutes remaining in the season on January 5th against the Bucs. Both players returned on October 5th after practicing for 3 days. Guys, show them some love. Get in the comments. Show Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau some love. It's truly unbelievable. It's so impressive what they were able to do. And the fact that they're already out there is absolutely insane. So give them a lot of love. Give them a lot of credit. Get in the comments. Like the video. Do what you got to do. But show these guys the support they deserve. And in terms of how were they utilized, in week 5, of course, only 3 days of practice. I wouldn't say that they were on like a pitch count or anything, or they were in limited, used in limited fashion, but they weren't 100% utilized, and they weren't 100% part of the game plan, at least in my opinion. Taysom Hill, only 11 total snaps on the day. 9 were on offense, 2 were special teams. He had a couple of runs, actually ended the day with negative rushing yards, but he did throw the ball once to Juwan Johnson to set themselves up. I thought that was a really good play. I was eager to see Taysom Hill be listed as a quarterback, and it is pretty cool to see that. But Foster Moreau had 30 total snaps, 22 on offense, 8 on special teams. Most of Moreau's snaps came as an inline tight end, and he did run 4 routes with no targets. Hill had 6 snaps lined up at quarterback, 1 snap lined up in the backfield, 1 snap lined up at tight end, and 1 snap lined up in the slot. So that's how they were utilized. That's how they got on the field, and their roles are going to continue to evolve. And really quickly, there's been this conversation and this narrative of like, oh, yeah, Taysom Hill or Tyler Shuck's QB3, Taysom Hill's QB2. That's not true. Like, I don't know where that came from. I don't know why you guys think that. Taysom Hill is listed as QB3. Tyler Shuck is listed as QB2. And I understand maybe you want to tweet that out for likes on Twitter or whatever, but like, just the facts are Taysom Hill is QB3, Tyler Shuck is QB2, Spencer Rattler's QB1. Now that we got that settled, let's go into Kellen Moore on Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau. Moore saying that he thought that they came out pretty well, so obviously the more time on task, the more the New Orleans Saints will be able to build the roles for Hill and for Moreau. And when it comes to Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau, I cannot tell you how big it is that they are back in New Orleans, that they are active and they are healthy. These guys, specifically Taysom Hill, are winners. They helped this team win since 2022 in the post-Sean Payton era. The Saints, when Taysom Hill has played any snaps, 20 and 21. Listen to the numbers when he does not take a snap. 2 and 13. They are game changers. They are difference makers. Taysom Hill is a winner. Foster Moreau is a key part of the offense. And I don't think it's any mystery that those two guys are back and the Saints get their first win that same day. I'm going to talk more about this, get more into Kellen Moore on Taysom Hill and what Hill and Moreau had to say themselves. But really quick, guys, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is the Tushy Bidet. Calling the Saints a crappy team, quite frankly, doesn't have the same sting to it now that I use a bidet. Although New Orleans is rebuilding, it's never too soon to plan for Super Bowl season. And installing a Tushy Bidet makes your bathroom visits so much more comfortable for you, your guests, and your pipes. Tushy is the everyday luxury bidet that instantly transforms your bathroom habits and bottom health for life. Fun fact, 99% of people who wash with Tushy Wave feel cleaner and fresher after going to the bathroom, and every Tushy Bidet easily attaches to your existing toilet without the need for additional plumbing. I am not a plumber. I am not an electrician. I was able to put my Tushy Bidet on my toilet at my apartment, and it was so dang easy. I like to say it's so easy a Falcons fan can do it. So instead of wiping endlessly with toilet paper, Tushy pristinely removes 99% of bacteria while protecting your natural skin barrier thanks to one natural ingredient, and that is fresh water. Every Hello Tushy Bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. So remember, a-hole is only a dirty word if you wipe. For a limited time, our listeners at Saints Now by Chat Sports get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code CHAT at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code CHAT. If you need a gift, if you need something to give to a friend, family member, or roommate in the holiday season, this is the perfect item to pick up. You can buy it now, store it in your closet, and once holiday season, you will have not just a great gift, but a clean butthole as well. So make sure you click the link in the comments and description of this video. Go to hellotushy.com/chat, and you'll get 10% off your first bidet order. Shout out to Tushy for sponsoring us. Go keep that hiney shiny. Now, I want to continue this conversation because Kellen Moore, I think, is going to be a really, really fun coach to watch work with Taysom Hill. And we've seen the creativity, and we've seen the versatility, and we've seen the skills that Hill has. And I'm going to be honest, since Sean Payton's been around, we haven't had somebody who can really get in their bag and use Taysom Hill to the best extent since Kellen Moore. And here's what they had to say, or what head coach had to say about Hill. I was chopping at the bit last week when they had a chance to finally play, and so they were ready. They've done so much work on their own, and I feel like Taysom Hill specifically has progressed really, really well. And I think that Kellen Moore is an extremely bright offensive mind, and I don't think that it's any mystery as to why he climbed the coaching rankings so fast. He had a very, very successful college quarterback career as the passer for the Boise State Broncos. Excuse me. Doesn't have a crazy playing career in the National Football League, but quickly becomes a coach, climbs the rankings very, very fast, win a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and now is a head coach, and I think he's doing a damn good job. And I think that Kellen Moore, being the bright and creative offensive mind that he is, could be a really fun pairing and is a really fun pairing with Taysom Hill. I mean, he's a unicorn. He's an elite weapon. He's somebody who is a game changer. He's a winner. He is a player that no matter what, if he's on the field, you better have at least 2 or 3 sets of eyeballs on him, because only one set of eyeballs is not going to be enough to slow down Taysom Hill. So with Hill's versatility and his skill set and all of the amazing things that he does at a high level, I am so excited to see him work with Kellen Moore, who is a very bright mind, a great football coach, and somebody who I think is very, very innovative and creative. Now, I want to tell you guys to subscribe to the channel because we have a motto here. If you ain't subscribed, you ain't alive. So hit the sub button. Join the over 51,300 members of the Golden Gang. The Golden Gang is 100% free. All you got to do is subscribe, turn on your notifications, and you are locked in for life. So make sure you sub to Saints Now by Chat Sports and help us get to 52,000. That way we can get to 53, then 54, then 55. Should I do this all the way up to 100? You got time? Okay. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, all the way up to 100K. The more subs we get, the less time that whole thing takes. So there you go. Alrighty, more about Taysom Hill and Kellen Moore's thoughts on Hill. I think that this next quote we're going to show you is really, really telling as to how they're going to be utilized and how they will be ramped up to be contributors at a high level to this offense. Here's Kellen Moore on Taysom Hill. He leans on a lot of experience that he has. He can play quarterback in this league. He can obviously play all the other fun tool pieces that he's done in the past, and so we'll continue to utilize all of it. I don't think Taysom Hill is just a quarterback. I don't think Taysom Hill is a tight end. I don't think he's a running back. I don't think he is a receiver. I think Taysom Hill is a football player. Plain and simple. I think Taysom Hill is just a football player. I think he's a damn good one. And quite frankly, I think he's the best pure football player in the National Football League. I mean, name me one player who contributes the amount that Taysom Hill does. Sure, you could argue Travis Hunter, but he hasn't really done it all that long. Taysom Hill's been doing it much, much longer. So I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm really eager to see Kellen Moore's creativity open up. I'm really eager to see the playbook continue to evolve. I'm really eager to see how and when Taysom Hill will take over. Because I do think that takeover is coming. It feels like every year there's one or two games where there is just it's a Taysom Hill game. Just no matter what you do, number 7 is going to go number 7, take football, go that way, score points. That's what happens. It's that simple. There's always at least a couple of those every year. And I think that a Taysom takeover is coming. It would be really sick if it happened against the Patriots this upcoming week. But I do think it's going to take some time for him to fully learn and be a part of the playbook, just because it is a new playbook, it is a new system, and it's a new coach with all new things. So I do think it'll take a little bit of time. Now, Taysom Hill himself had to say this. The reality is I've had 3 days of practice with his coaching staff, and they've had 3 days of practice with me. Obviously, this was going into the game. Everyone's still learning through this process. I think it'll be one of those things that just evolves through time. And Taysom Hill had the opportunity to potentially retire. He had the opportunity to potentially leave the Saints, but he said, no, I want to be in New Orleans. I want to find a way to help this team win. I want to be a contributor. And for that reason, I just have to say thank you to number 7 and thank you to Taysom Hill, because just like he said, I think it's going to be one of those things that evolves over time. Just like I said, be patient. I think that Taysom Hill game is going to come soon, but the reality is, at the time of filming this video, you had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so that's 3 practices. Wednesday and Thursday, so 5 total practices at the time of filming this video. And I think that Taysom takeover could come maybe after 6, but it's going to take a few practices to really be a full contributor at the highest level as possible. Get in the comment section, show some love to Taysom Hill. Type those 7s down below. I want you to praise number 7. He deserves the love. He deserves the support. I mean, him and Foster Moreau specifically, it's just so impressive with how they went about their recovery. It was so impressive how quickly they were able to get back and how they wasted no time making things happen for the black and gold. I mean, obviously Foster Moreau wasn't a contributor much in week 5, but it's coming. And so is Taysom Hill in a big, big way. Now, Foster Moreau, we've spent most of this video talking about Taysom Hill. I do want to take a moment to give him his flowers. I'm a firm believer that the tight end position in New Orleans has been severely underutilized, and it hasn't been nearly consistent enough, in my personal opinion. You can take a look at the tight end room right now in New Orleans. I do think that the usage of Jack Stoll has been really interesting to watch. I also think that when you consider Juwan Johnson and his role, he has been a player that hasn't been as efficient and as effective as you'd like him to be. And to be honest, I'm not going to sit here and say he hasn't justified that contract. He caught the pass against the Cardinals to tie the game. This is an entirely different conversation. But all in all, the tight end room has been underutilized, and it hasn't really been tapped into enough. And I think that Foster Moreau does raise the overall talent level, because Jack Stoll isn't your TE2 now. He's your TE3. You don't have to worry about Maliki Mataval being a heavy contributor. Nothing disrespect to him, but you don't have to worry about him being a heavy one. Trayton Welch, same thing. Like, I think that Foster Moreau just makes this offense better, and he just raises the talent level as a whole. He has experience. He's a good player, and he's somebody who's a quality veteran in this league at this point. And the Saints are getting healthy at a good time. I think that we're seeing New Orleans start to turn a corner. You're seeing a lot of rosters getting more and more beat up. And sure, there are some injuries that are still lingering for the Saints, but Chase Young is returning to practice. Cesar Ruiz is a full participant after it was expected that he would miss 4 to 6 weeks. That only took like a week or two. Trevor Penning's back. You're seeing Justin Reed's concussion. He was a full participant at practice on Thursday. Like, you're really seeing this team get healthy at a really good time. And if you have health and good health going into the latter portion of the season, that could be a huge difference between wins and losses. So definitely something to think about and something to consider. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And shout out to Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau. And if you guys want to get more content in between our YouTube videos, I post on X, Instagram, and TikTok every single day. So hit me up on all 3 platforms. Just search up Trizzy Trace on X, IG, or TikTok. You'll be able to find me or click the link in the comments and description. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time. Alrighty. How are we on questions? Do we need más? Necesita más. Who said anything about Taysom being on the practice squad? Taysom's a quarterback. Rooster.
Guys, we're going to need some more mailbag questions.
Yeah, if you have a question, hashtag Saints or send in a super chat.
I see like 3
If
or 4.
we don't get any questions, then we can't do the mailbag, and we'll just sign off right now. That's okay, but it sure would be a shame. It would be a shame to not be able to give y'all more content. Hashtag Saints or super chat if you'd like to be featured on the show. This is not a new portion of the live shows either. We do this every single time we go live. So if you haven't, I would be shocked if you haven't gotten a question in. Jerry G, I know you probably haven't gotten a question in.
No, he got a couple.
Oh, you got a couple? Okay. Did I say you probably didn't? I meant to say you probably
Yeah.
did. Rudy, Rooster, I don't know if you have any questions in there. Would love to respond to you, Rooster. Justin, thank you.
Let me see, 'cause I got
Kendall, 7 and 87, thank you.
Yeah, Kendall got one, and
Okay.
I like Kendall's.
Gonna need a few more. J Riv, Jaden, there you are.
There's Jade.
There it is. Rooster, thank you. Get your hashtag Saints questions in.
We got a couple of super chat questions, and then a couple of just hashtag Saints.
Okay. Keep using hashtag Saints. Says I got you covered, fellas. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you, brother. You the man. You the man. If you would like to share a hot take, if you have a question, a trade idea, a draft target you want us to talk about, if you have a key to victory, you want us to talk about this ball game coming up, let us know. Hashtag Saints. Better yet, send in a super chat. Still can't believe that actually happened, dude. Tyreek Stevenson, what a loser. J Riv, how unfortunate is it to be a Falcons fan? Very. There's your answer.
I don't think it gets much worse.
Huh?
I don't think it gets much worse. I'm
No,
trying
it
to think.
doesn't. Use hashtag Saints or send in a super chat. We definitely could use more. Justin says trade for a quarterback. But who? What quarterback, Justin?
Jake Browning's available.
I'm not trading for Drake Browning. Justin, use hashtag Saints and let us know what quarterback you want to trade for.
Ooh, wait, Rooster, is this a setup to a joke? If so, what's the difference? I want to know. I'm hoping it's a joke.
I don't know if that's a joke or if he's genuinely asking.
I hope it's a joke.
Use hashtag Saints. Send in a super chat if you would like to be featured. CTM getting a few more raffle tickets. Friendly reminder, if you do send in a raffle ticket today, $5 normally gets you 1 raffle ticket. But today it's getting you 2. $10 is getting you 6. Normally $10 gets you 3. So we're giving you 2 for the price of 1. We're giving away an Alvin Kamara Funko Pop. If you would like to get your raffle tickets, feel free to do so. Venmo, Cash App, they are 2x on. You get 2x of the raffle tickets if you send a Venmo or Cash App. CTM, how many interceptions do you think Rattler will end the season with? Good question, CTM.
I actually like that one. I want to talk about that.
Okay, Justin. Drake Maye.
No, he's right. He's right.
Okay, Justin, can you like, so for the sake of making my life easier, could you just like hashtag Saints trade for this player question mark? Because Drake Maye, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not remembering what the context is of that. And if you want to be featured, that's fine. I'm not gonna remember that context. So if it pops up, I'm not gonna answer the question. So hashtag Saints. Drake Maye isn't anything. I'm about to just end the fucking live show, dude. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience today. I don't have the patience to do this today, man. I'm just trying to get through the weekend.
Oh, we're so close to the weekend. Do you want a beer? We can get a beer during this segment.
I don't have it. I don't have. Lord, I've been praying for patience. I've been praying for strength. When are you going to give it to me?
Did we get a beer during this segment? Hear me out.
Yeah. Yeah. I need a beer, man. I need a beer.
You want to grab me one?
I need a beer.
Goat it.
I need a beer. Can you go get him? Because I don't.
Yeah.
Just a light beer. I don't care if it's Miller. I don't care if it's Coors. I don't have it in me to do this, man. Hashtag Saints sending a super chat if you would like to get on the show. We need a few more questions. We need a few more comments. Let me know if you have questions. Yeah, there it is, Justin. That's perfect. That's perfect. We'll make sure we include you, brother. That's perfect. We got one in. Angel says, yeah, man, have a damn beer. Kendra Miller time. I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
I heard today is like National Beer and Pizza Day. We had pizza for lunch.
Oh my God, we did. Is it actually natural? Is it National Beer and Pizza Day?
I don't know. My dad sends me like little random fun facts in the morning sometimes. That was his today, so.
Oh, that's sick.
Going off that.
That's sick. Has Tipton caught a ball yet? No. He also hasn't really been on the field much. And if you guys have any questions or you would like to talk about Mason Tipton, use hashtag Saints or send in a super chat, and we can. Alrighty, Lopez, let's get into the mailbag. What is it, Tushy?
Whatever the first one was. I want to say.
Chubbies.
Yes. What is sciatica?
What?
What is sciatica?
I don't know. I've heard of that, though. Why?
LeBron James is sidelined for 3 to 4 weeks due to sciatica, and then I had one of my friends text me, LeBron having sciatica screams old, but I don't know what the fuck sciatica is.
So sciatica, pain radiating along the sciatic nerve, which runs down one or both legs from the lower back. It's usually caused when a herniated disc or bone spur in the spine presses on the nerve.
That sucks. Maybe he should have retired instead of doing a Hennessy commercial.
Trying to go get viral on my reply.
To what?
So, Zala's being limited was planned. Christian Gonzalez worked away from the team during the individual drill. That's weird, dude.
You saw the Saints were almost not playing with pants this week?
Hmm?
You saw the tweet about the Saints not playing with pants this week? They were just going full jersey. No pants.
Yeah, the Saints are definitely not wearing pants. Alrighty. Whenever you're ready, Lopez, we can get into it.
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. Are we good on questions?
We're going to make it work.
Alright, let's party then. Alright. Is Honey Badger in game shape?
He ain't coming back.
I don't know. He ain't coming back. I mean, realistically, how many times do people retire and then unretire just because the team that they were playing with is shitty and they really want to go back and play with them?
Derek Carr's about to do it. Not go
Rooster,
put the
I'm going to
Saints.
reply to your question with a question. Is Derek Carr in game shape?
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah. Alrighty.
And Jaden's still here.
Girouard said I had a sciatic nerve
Sciatic.
problem and had surgery to remove a bone that was on my nerve in my back. Okay, good to know, Girouard. We're trying to figure out what all this is.
So if you had a basketball game you had to go play in, let's say 2.5 weeks, would you be good?
Totally curious just for 2.5 weeks. Like, no reason for that.
Like if, say, you had a basketball game scheduled on the 21st. You have 12 days, I think. Yeah, that's math.
Jaden, it was a joke, dude. I wasn't actually saying sign Derek Carr. It was a joke. All right, let's do the mailbag. I'm ready to sign off. I'm ready to be done for the day. Let's get this mailbag done. One second. I don't know where I'm at. All right, here we go. Mailbag coming at you. Saints rumors. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. Let's talk about a crazy report. Can you change this? Hold on. It says, it should be Trade Buzz. It says Trizzy's take. Can you just change that? The L, like the top part. Change the yellow to just Trade Buzz. Reset. Reset. You're Gucci. Herschel, LeBron is a senior citizen. I still don't know how to say it. Sciatica is an old folks problem. Herschel said you could be the first father-son duo to retire together. That's pretty funny. Alrighty. When you push that over, we're good to go. Let's party. Alrighty. Resetting. 3, 2. We're going to be talking some trade buzz here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. According to reports, the Pittsburgh Steelers, those frauds who say they wear black and gold, it's black and yellow, by the way. Apparently, they reached out to the Saints about trading for Rasheed, the need for speed, Shaheed. I'm going to tell you what, I don't think Rasheed Shaheed's going anywhere. I don't want him to go anywhere. But according to reports, teams are calling. So let's have the conversation. What do you think the Saints should do with Rasheed Shaheed? Do you think they should keep him? Do you think they should trade him? Do you think they should pay him a ton of money? Let me know in the comments what you think New Orleans should do with Rasheed. The need for speed, Shaheed. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. We're going to dive into some Saints rumors, and then we're going to dive into a mailbag with the Golden Gang. The weekend is here. It's Saturday. Let's crack open a cold one, and let's talk some Saints football. All righty. So first things first, from Andrew Filipponi, there is a report out there that the Steelers reached out to New Orleans during the bye week to take the temperature on wide receiver Rasheed Shaheed, who will be a free agent at the end of the year. He's a big play wide receiver, return man. Trades are being made in the NFL left and right. So a few things in this are very, very true. And it's very realistic to say, yes, he is a big play wide receiver. Yes, he is a return specialist. Yes, there are a lot of trades being made in the NFL. Yes, he will be a free agent at the end of the year. But I want to make one thing explicitly clear. I don't think a trade will happen. If a trade does happen, if the Saints make the stupid decision to trade one of my favorite players on the roster, the best name out there on offense, Rasheed the Need for Speed Shaheed, I would crash the F out. I would not be able to control myself. I might put my fist through this green screen right here if Rasheed Shaheed gets traded. Please, New Orleans, please, Mickey Loomis, do not do this. Do not give away my sweet prince. I have been on the Rasheed Shaheed hype train since the minute he signed as an undrafted free agent. You can go back and look at the UDFA video I made. I've been on the hype train since day one. I am a huge Rasheed Shaheed fan. It might be the biggest one out there amongst all the Who Dat Nation. I can tell you right now, the New Orleans Saints trading Rasheed Shaheed would be malpractice. I think he is due for a very, very lucrative payday. He has earned a lot of money. And as an undrafted free agent, Rasheed Shaheed should look to cash in and maximize his earnings because he has earned that. He deserves the money. But I can tell you right now, the New Orleans Saints, if they want to make a trade, or if they want to pay Rasheed Shaheed, there are going to be some decisions they have to make. And now, why are we talking about trading him? This isn't clickbait. This isn't whatever nonsense you want it to be. This is a report that's out there from Andrew Filipponi, who covers the Steelers. For what it's worth, my guy Jack, he covers the Steelers here at Chat Sports. He said if Filipponi's saying it, it's not happening. He's an idiot. He just kind of throws stuff at the wall, says it's sources, and he doesn't actually have anything. So we're going to take that with a grain of salt. I don't know much about Andrew Filipponi, but there are reports out there. And he is somebody who covers the Steelers. Now, Nick Underhill, a source that we all can trust, he said on October 4th that teams are interested in some of the Saints' veteran players. I think a key part of that is veteran players. Is it too early to call Rasheed Shaheed a veteran, or am I thinking too much into that? I don't know. The league or the teams are going to be seeing who will become available in the coming weeks as the trade deadline approaches. It's after week 9, if I have that correct. There's a feeling around the NFL that New Orleans will be open to hearing offers in the coming weeks. They do only have 5 picks going into the 2026 NFL draft, and for a rebuilding team, you're going to need more draft capital. So there is some tough decisions to be made here. The New Orleans Saints are going to have to pay Rasheed Shaheed this offseason if they're going to want to keep him around. They did pick up Chris Olave's 5th-year option, so they do have some time to make a decision there. But if they don't want to pay Rasheed Shaheed and Chris Olave, you should consider making a trade. And as controversial as that is to me saying, please don't do it, it'd be malpractice to trade Rasheed Shaheed, if you are not planning on keeping both of these players long term, you should try to recoup something in return for these players while you still have control over their rights and over their contracts. If Rasheed Shaheed is going to command a lot of money, which I believe he will, then you're going to have less to pay Chris Olave whenever it's time to give him a big extension. And I think that Chris Olave is going to want to cash in on a lot of money as well. So there is a tough decision for Mickey Loomis, Kellen Moore, and Gail Benson to make around the wide receiver room. And I want it to be fully transparent. I do think at least one trade is not off the table. Like, I could see one move being made at least for New Orleans. Now, is it going to be Olave? Is it going to be Demario Davis? Probably not. Alvin Kamara? I doubt it. Rasheed Shaheed? I would be shocked. Cam Jordan? No. Pete Werner? I don't know. Like, there's a conversation to be had about some of these players. So we don't know what's going to happen. I don't think a trade will go down. I ultimately think the New Orleans Saints are going to try to find a way to keep both of these players around. But again, If they are not part of the long-term plans, you should look to recoup assets that can be a part of the long-term plans, whether that's players, whether that's draft picks, anything in between. Now, coming up, we're going to get into the Golden Gang. Got to take a quick sip of beer. Golden Gang mailbag coming at you here in just 1 second. Live Q&A. We do this as part of every single one of our live shows. We go live Monday on Victory Monday or Loss Monday. And then we go live Thursday afternoon to get you ready for game day. In this live show, and this video would not be made possible if it weren't for our friends over at Chubby's Shorts. Fellas, the leaves are turning, the temps are dropping, and the weekend air is getting that nice autumn crisp. Fellas, I know your lady is going to be dragging you to pumpkin patches and fall photo shoots, but that doesn't mean you have to pack away the fun. Chubby's is here to make sure you look good and feel great with their soft, stretchy, fall-ready staples built for maximum comfort and minimal effort. I know that your fall wardrobe needs an update, and Trizzy's always got the hookup. So head on over to chubbyshorts.com/chatsports, and now you'll get 20% off your order, and that's for a limited time. Link is clickable in the comments and description of this video to make life easy for you. And I want you to check out the Comfort Collection. It is featured by the Everywhere Jogger. It's a perfect pant for impromptu naps, weekend errands, and everything in between. My girlfriend, Maddie, and I, we're going to be going on all sorts of fun dates this fall, and I'm definitely going to be rocking my new Everywhere joggers. You guessed it, everywhere. So whether you're layering up for tailgates, lounging around through Saints game day, tuning into Saints Now for watch parties, or just leaning fully into fall comfort, Chubby's has you covered. For limited time, Chubby's is giving our listeners 20% off your order with the code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com/chatsports. That's code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com/chatsports. Support the show and show your thighs some respect with Chubby's. Let them know that we sent you by clicking the link in the comments and description of this video. Trust me, you're going to need some Chubby's gear this fall. Jeez, my voice is cracking left and right. Brandon, if you had to trade one of our vets, who would you trade away, why, and what for? Oh, that's a tough one, Brandon. If I had to get rid of one vet, I would say maybe this is an unpopular one. Justin Reed. Maybe try to get something in return for Justin Reed. Maybe send him like to Houston or something. Jonas Sanker's been really, really good. Jordan Howden hadn't been half bad. I think there's a lot of value into Mario Davis. He's still playing at an elite level. Cam Jordan, I don't have any desire to retire or to trade. Same with Alvin Kamara. I think he's a key contributor, and he's somebody that I don't want to get rid of. Lopez, what are your thoughts on this one? This is kind of a hard one. Like, I kind of went out of the box on this one, but I think I'm going to say Justin Reed.
I'll have the unpopular one.
Go.
I think it's going to be Alvin Kamara.
You think it's going to be okay?
I think he's going to fit into moving on towards the future while also getting – he will bring in more assets than probably anybody else in that team right now, besides Chris Olave.
I would say Chris Olave is probably the player you're going to get the most in terms of trade compensation from. Don't see any teams wanting to trade for Chase Young. Don't think that would make sense. Carl Granderson maybe could be one that gets. But
I would hold on to Carl.
I would hold on to Grando too because he's a good edge too.
If Chase Young is hurt and Cam Jordan's old,
yeah,
next year we might be out of edge rushers if we get rid of Carl Granderson. At least if we trade Kamara, I know Saints fans don't want to do it. He probably doesn't want to leave New Orleans. It would make the most sense and also bring in, I think, the best value.
Sure. I think for any of the veterans, if I were running this team, what I would do is I would go up to the player, just to name a few. We all know who we're talking about. Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, those guys. For what it's worth, Taysom Hill is only going to, if he gets traded, it's only to the Broncos. There's one team that go get him, and they're not going to do that. I think you approach all of those players, and they get to choose whether or not they get traded or not. I think it says, you say, hey, do you want to finish the season with us, or would you like an opportunity to go play elsewhere and compete? Because you deserve that. They deserve to make their own decision, in my opinion. Brandon, that's a great question. It's honestly a tough one. Get in the comments and let me know what you guys would do here. Alvin Kamara is an enticing one, but I just yeah. No, I know. It just would be heartbreaking. It would be heartbreaking to trade him away. Brandon, oh, yeah, absolutely. Brandon, by the way, you got 2 raffle tickets because on Thursday we do 2x the raffle tickets. There's always some sort of special, so hope to see you at the watch party. We're giving away an Alvin Kamara Funko Pop. We'll see you later. CTM, how many interceptions do you think Rattler will end this season with? So we're at 6 games and he's thrown 1. 4, 5, 6.
With the way that they have him in the offense right now, not really taking those deep shots.
Yeah, he's not.
I could see 4, 5 being like max.
He isn't being asked to throw risky passes. He's not being asked to do outlandish things, and he's doing it like to his credit. He's doing a great job protecting the football, and using his legs. Like instead of trying to throw the risky pass, he just takes off with his legs.
Would you be upset if his interceptions go up a little bit in the second half? Say he's trying these more risky throws, trying to hit that deep shot a little bit more.
No, because I do think the Saints need to push the ball downfield more often, and I think that Spencer Rattler needs to get more comfortable with being aggressive, because obviously you need to be more consistent. You need to connect, and if you throw those interceptions, it's going to be bad, and people are going to get frustrated, and it could hurt you. But I think it's a yin and yang here. It's like it's Paulson Adebo last year, or like his Saints tenure was, the definition was, oh my God, another pass interference, or oh my God, another interception.
No in between.
You don't get all the interceptions without all of the flags, and you don't get all the deep shots without some interceptions. So like, I think that I would be okay with Spencer Rattler pushing the ball downfield more, putting the ball at risk more often. I do think that Kellen Moore could do a better job of scheming plays up for some of these guys, and I would like to see the Saints take advantage of the speed and the skills they have. Like, if you can have wide open players like Rasheed Shaheed was on that 87-yard touchdown, hell yeah, that's amazing. Like, if you could just be wide open, shoot, yeah, we'll keep pushing the ball downfield like that. But I do think interceptions will continue to go up as the season progresses. And honestly, also just as you get more confident, you might be trying to push it down more field. No, I wouldn't be mad at it either. CTM, thank you for the question. You, too, got some raffle tickets. Quinn Courtney, you also got some raffle tickets, girl. Appreciate you for tuning in. The queen has arrived. Do we cut Groupie and sign Asante Samuel Jr. when he's healthy? So these are 2 separate things you would have to do. First one, do we cut Groupie? To answer your question, I don't think there's going to be any decisions being made on Blake Groupie anytime soon. I think that that's something that isn't off the table, but it's something that won't happen until later. Phil Galliano, he said that they're going to be supporting Blake Groupie, and they're going to try to get him out for now. But like any player, Groupie does have to find his way out of this rut at some point. So I think when you consider Blake Groupie, he is a captain. He's a player who has not been very consistent, and he has had a issue missing field goals throughout his career. Like, that's not a new thing for him. I would be shocked if they made a decision anytime soon. I think that would be more of a bye week or end of season kind of thing. I don't know. And in terms of Asante Samuel Jr., I'm down to sign ASJ if you are still competing and if you are still in a position where you might have a chance to win the division. I also could say I wouldn't be opposed to signing him to a multi-year deal and just like having him be around and go ahead and start getting ready. And then that way next year when he's playing, he's at full swing. But to be honest, like also Quincy Riley and Kool-Aid McKinstry are starting to really emerge in a big way. So that is something to kind of consider. I would err on the side of caution. I'm not saying I don't want to do this. I would love ASJ in New Orleans. I think it would make a ton of sense, but it needs to be in the right circumstances and under the right price. CTM, if Stutzman takes over for Werner, which player do you think will win Defensive Rookie of the Year? Jonas Sinker. Jonas Sinker, no doubt. He has been very, very good. He caught Josh Allen's first interception of the season, multiple weeks now with a turnover. He's a player that I think has an ultra bright future. I am so happy that we took him in round 3. He's been awesome, to say the least. Kendall, If Justin Reed is back on Sunday, who's playing the other safety spot, Howden or Sanker? It will be Jordan, or it'll be Jonas Sanker. That's what it has been since Julian Blackmon got hurt. That's what it will be until Justin Reed isn't around. So that's no mystery. We can show you the depth chart really quickly. Justin Reed dealing with an injury. However, on the Thursday practice, on the day of filming this video, he was listed as a full participant in concussion protocol after being a limited participant on Wednesday. So I do think he will play. So you will see Justin Reed next to Jonas Sanker with Jordan Howden being the backup. Will Michael Davis start with Lante Taylor and Kool-Aid? No. Absolutely not. It's going to be Quincy Riley. Michael Davis is brought in as depth. And he is not. No. I would actually be shocked if he even gets a ton of snaps. Like, single-digit snaps at best for Michael Davis. I don't think that he's a player that's going to be much of a contributor. He's a depth piece because Isaac Yadam is hurt. So he's Isaac Yadam's replacement. And no, it's going to be, answer your question, Jonas Sanker, and then no, it'll be Alante, Kool-Aid, Quincy Riley. J. Rib, thank you for your question, Kendall. How much do you think the defense can be if Chase Young comes back? Or how much better do you think the defense can be if Chase Young comes back? I can't sit here and lie to you. I think the defense is significantly better with Chase Young back on the field. I think that he's a player that will be a huge contributor to the defense. We do know for a fact that he's a good run stopper. We know that he's a very athletic, very high energy, high level player that can do a lot of good things for a defense as a pass rusher too. He has that second overall pick pedigree. I mean, like, he's a player who has some upside. And during the summer, there was a lot of praise around Chase Young, and he has been very adamant that he's ready to get back on the field and do stuff. So I'm here to tell you right now, I think Chase Young will be helpful to this defense. And I can't help but think there's a few of those third downs, a few of those fourth downs, there's a few of those plays that really burn the Saints that wouldn't have happened if Chase Young was on the field, or at least would have been a little bit harder to pull off with Chase Young on the field. Jaden, what do y'all think? What do y'all think we'll need to win this game on Sunday? What do y'all? What's a key to victory? What do we need to do to win? Lopez, let's pop up my keys to victory. We already put out our preview, but here is kind of a spark notes of it. You got to win the turnover battle. The Patriots have a really bad fumble issue. The New Orleans Saints are coming off a game where they have forced 5 straight turnovers. Keep on keeping on. Don't let Drake Maye beat with his legs. He's already a good passer. He's already going to dice you up with his arm. Do not let his legs do the same thing. You got to create explosive plays on both offense and defense. And when you create explosive plays, finish drives, capitalize on them, and don't let the Patriots run away with this. And if you start running with it, don't let them climb back into it. You got to feed Kendre Miller. He's starting to emerge in a big way, and I think that he's a player who, as the season continues to progress, will continue to be a key factor. And then the last thing you got to do is just play clean football. Patriots commit a lot of penalties. Saints commit a lot of penalties. Patriots commit a lot of turnovers. Saints don't commit a lot of turnovers. So if you can just play a cleaner brand of football, if you can play a more organized game, I think this could be a good matchup for the Saints and the Patriots. Appreciate you guys for rocking and rolling with us here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. It's been our live mailbag and our rumors segment on Saints Now. We talked about Rasheed Shaheed potentially getting traded to the Steelers. I would crash out if it happened. I don't think it will. And then we answered your questions and responded to some awesome hot takes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all stay golden. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time. All righty.
Last show of the week.
Let's go ahead and start the timer.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Kendall says I had 2 more questions y'all missed. Sorry, bro. The only way to guarantee they get on is a super chat. If you want us to answer them, Kendall, send in a super chat. We can't get to every single question because we had a lot of people not get all their questions answered, bro. So, sorry. We'll get to it next time. But we did answer your one question, so at least you got one question answered. Mad Drummer Paul Pierce just got arrested for DUI. He was sleeping behind the wheel. Interesting.
Younger me hated Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce is just like me for real.
No, we wouldn't be sleeping.
No.
I'd be whipping that thing.
Alrighty. If we don't get a $5 super chat, we're in the next 2 minutes, we'll sign off. If we do, we reset the clock. Last chance to get raffle tickets for 2x. $5, you get 2. $10, you get 6. Normally, $5 gets you 1 and $10 gets you 3. So get your raffle tickets today if you want to get an Alvin Kamara Funko Pop on sale. You will see the raffle ticket price go up again. So unless you want to get yours now, I highly encourage you to send in your super chats today. Venmo Cash App, as always, is 2x. So $5 would get you 4. $10 would get you 12. And we did have somebody take advantage of that. Girouard. Shout out to you, bro. Where do you see this team being by December?
In December.
Still losing games, but this is. It doesn't matter if it's October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I don't care. The New Orleans Saints, I have always said it. They will not win a lot of games, but they will be a very fun team to watch, and they will be a scrappy team to watch. So, yeah, I'm with I don't know. I think they'll still be losing games, but they'll be a really fun team to watch. Kendall, heard the rumors about A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith reuniting with Kellen Moore, even though the Eagles are 4-1. They wasn't getting the ball that much through the first 4 weeks. I have heard that I actually put the video out of A.J. Brown reuniting with Kellen Moore. Kendall.
That was called clickbait, so.
Yeah, we got told
Kendall,
that
don't say that too loud.
Kendall, we got told that was clickbait. So
don't say that too loud.
Yeah, don't say it too loud, bro. You're gonna get told you're putting clickbait out there. Don't say it too loud because we got told it was clickbait. 30 seconds, $5 keeps us live, and it gets you 2 raffle tickets for a Funko Pop for Alvin Kamara. If we don't get a $5 super chat in the next 15 seconds, we will sign off. No big deal. We've already added a lot of names to the list so far, and we're going to continue to add more during the watch party. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. No more raffle tickets on sale. We are signing off here on the channel. You are now ready for week 6. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. That's Loco Lopez. We're out of here. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you on Sunday.